Intermittent fasting. Why do we need it? How to get started? What is the right technique? What are the key things to keep in mind? Let's find out. Namaste. I am Gargi and you are watching The Aligned Souls, where we talk about mind, body and soul. We love to eat, don't we? We love our burgers, pastas, pizzas. You get the idea, right? Did I make you hungry already? Before we get to fasting, let's explore what happens in our body when we eat. When we have a meal, carbohydrates in the food are broken down into glucose. Glucose is the energy source for our organs and it is distributed throughout the body via the bloodstream. Excess of glucose is stored for later use in the form of glycogen and fats. When we are fasting, as we are not adding food externally, the liver converts glycogen back to glucose to provide the required energy to the body. This can take 5 to 12 hours depending on how active or sedentary you have been. Once the glycogen in the liver is consumed, the body starts to break down the fats to generate energy. Thus, if we fast long enough, the body burns fat for energy and we start to lose that extra fat. Another aspect to consider is that when we are eating throughout the day, the body is just busy digesting. We are not letting the body focus on other important tasks like recovery or repairing the body cells, which is crucial for building strong immunity. Insulin is secreted after each meal. If we eat throughout the day, insulin levels remain high. Over time, this can cause insulin insensitivity, which is the core issue behind type 2 diabetes. Fasting helps keep insulin levels low and thus reducing the risk of diabetes. Fasting also has beneficial effect on the brain. It challenges the brain like physical or mental exercise. Fasting has been there for ages. It has been a practice throughout human evolution. Ancient hunters-gatherers did not have supermarkets, refrigerators, or food available year-round. Sometimes they couldn't find anything to eat. As a result, humans evolved to be able to stay without food for extended periods of time. In fact, fasting from time to time is more natural than always eating 3 to 4 or more times per day. Fasting is also often done for religious or spiritual reasons. In intermittent fasting, you alternate between periods of fasting and eating. It doesn't talk about what to eat or not to eat. It does not talk about eating carbs, fats, proteins, etc. It only talks about timing, when to eat. The idea is to starve the body long enough to trigger fat burning. Its popularity stems from the fact that it is doable on a sustainable basis. It is not like those crash diets that you struggle through and do it once, only to gain back everything a few months later. This can be made a part of our everyday lives and can be a sustainable thing. It offers all the benefits of fasting like we discussed. Weight loss, keep insulin levels low, reduction in inflammation, heart health, brain health, anti-aging. However, keep in mind that the main reason for its success is that intermittent fasting helps you reduce the overall calorie intake. If you binge and eat massive amounts during your eating periods, you may not lose any weight or see the other benefits at all. There are several different ways of doing intermittent fasting, all of which involve splitting the day or week into eating and fasting periods. During the fasting period, you eat very little or nothing at all. These are the most popular methods. The first one, the time-restricted method. It involves restricting your daily eating period to a few hours. For instance, 8 hours of eating and 16 hours of fasting, that is 16-8. Or 6 hours of eating and 18 hours of fasting. 5:2 method involves fasting for 24 hours, once or twice a week, For example, by not eating from dinner one day until dinner the next day. Then the next one is the alternate day method. Here you fast every alternate day. By reducing your calorie intake, all of these methods should cause weight loss, as long as you don't compensate by eating too much during the eating periods. Many people find the time restricted 16:8 method to be the simplest, most sustainable. One can start with 12-12. For example, you do not eat anything from 8 pm to 8 am, so avoid any late night binging. Then you can progress slowly to 14-10. You can choose your own convenient timing. For example's sake, it can mean you fast from 8 pm till 10 am. You may try having late breakfast and then move to 16-8, fasting from 8 pm till noon or 7 pm till 11 am. You can try early dinner and late breakfast or straight away go for a brunch. If you wish and you are comfortable, you can even progress to 18-6 or more. But I personally find it a little extreme. I can try it once in a while, but it is not something that I can do regularly. Now let's see how to break the fast. Start with something small and healthy. Dates or some fruits are great options. Then give some break and then eat some. Please avoid overstuffing during the eating period. Other things that you should keep in mind are: have a balanced diet. Avoid junk or processed food. Avoid overstuffing. Drink plenty of water. Don't do excessive exercise when fasting. Who should not fast? Children, people with diabetes, those who have problems with blood sugar regulation, people with low blood pressure, if you are on medications, if you are underweight, you have a history of eating disorders, you are a woman who is trying to conceive, you are pregnant or breastfeeding. If you have a medical condition, you should consult with your doctor before trying intermittent fasting. Now let's see how can we make it a part of our lives. I have found that if you involve your spouse, friends or family in this endeavor, it makes it easier and so much fun. And yes, this also ensures that they won't be having pizzas while you fast. Thanks a lot for watching, and do subscribe to the channel for more videos on building a healthy mind, body, soul.